Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Scrapping Scotland. You see before you the iMac G3, first released in 1998 and sold until 2003. The iMac was the first product released under CEO Steve Jobs after 11 years it had been away from the company. When he returned, this was his first product, the iMac G3. So this is, as you can see, it's kind of like a CRTV kind of style computer. It is an all-in-one computer. As you can see inside it. You can see that lovely copper yoke in there as well. And we guys are going to tear this down today. So thank you for joining. Hope you enjoy this teardown. Okay guys, so I've never actually had one of these in the shed. I've never torn one down before. So this is a brand new teardown for me. So I'm quite excited and I've been looking forward to tearing this one down. Now looking around it, there's not a lot of screws that I can see. In fact, I can only see a couple and they're right at the bottom here. Okay, there is a little thing here as well. Can possibly take out. But it's going to be a venture of discovery for me today, guys. So there we go. First bit's easy enough to take out, and immediately we've got some RAM, and we always love a bit of RAM. Okay, let's put that RAM to one side. Okay, I can see a nice big chip on a board in there, but it doesn't look like an extractable chip. But what we'll try and do is we'll get the screws out and we'll see what else we have available for us. Now, because of the lack of screws, it may be that it's just kind of wedged apart. It's probably clicked in together. So it's about how we get the piece off, this kind of unit piece off here, to then get to the rest of it. Okay, so this bit, we'll just take that off, get that out of the way. Can't pull anything off there, so to speak. No screws. I mean, there's literally no screws. So that's interesting. How I'm going to get it apart. So what I need to do is try and wedge off this unit itself, this part of the unit. So we'll go around this and work the clips out. And that may expose some screws. It may not. Alrighty, front plastic piece off, wasn't too difficult. Didn't expose any screws. Oh, got one piece off here. Piece came off this side, and we do now have some screws. All screws are magnetic, but now it allows us to pull off the bottom piece. Okay, I've got some more screws here and a bit of a heat shield. Okay, I'm just working my way around it now for the visible screws. Try to take them all out. Okay, there's our bottom heat shield. Little test with the magnet. As you can see, the magnet sticks. So this is shred steel. And that reveals our board. So as you can see, we've got a couple of nice chips on it, but they're not pin chips, and they are kind of stuck to the board. A little bit disappointed with that, but that's alright. Hoping to be able to lift the Bondi Blue off of this right away, but it doesn't seem like I'm able to do that. So let's go searching for some more screws. Nope. Alrighty. And there we are, Bondi Blue plastic has been removed. Okay, lets us into the main kind of CRT unit. And now, hopefully, we can start getting into some of the other screws that will lift this unit out of here. Now of course, with any other kind of CRTV, this will have a degaussing cable as well. You can see this here. That's all pure copper, and it's just wrapped in insulation tape. So do not forget them guys when you're taking apart old CRT TVs. And actually, there's a video on my channel of me taking one of them apart. So all this other plastic seems quite solid, but the front facing plastic that sits around the actual glass TV is actually quite brittle, which I'm surprised about. So when I'm putting pressure on it to unscrew stuff, it's breaking. I mean, we are talking about a piece of plastic that's over 20 years old here. Right, all a bit fiddly, but we've got the main screws out of there. I say this plastic, this facing plastic, this cream coloured plastic is very brittle. Move that out of the way. Okay, now we need to get plastic off. Okay, that's all the plastic now off it, and now we have our CRTV monitor, and we have our degaussing cable going around the edge. We have our board, and obviously we'll have some heat sinks and stuff on here as well. So what I want to do now is separate this main TV unit from the board itself. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. Got some little plugs to take off. You need to be careful with these things because they are vacuums. You don't want it imploding, so just be careful. There is some kind of awkwardly placed screws that I need to get into. Not that they're a problem to take out, it just means that I can't really get the drill in with the power screwdriver really. And we'll have to do it with the old manual one. As you may have saw in a previous video, paid my dues to the scrap god. This little thumb would not stop bleeding in the last video. So when you pay your dues, you're hoping that the scrap gods are good to you. And hopefully that means this will be a nice easy teardown. Even if there is lots of awkward screws. Okay, this power unit here, the power plug. This is a sealed power unit. Again, posted a video a few days ago of how to open up these sealed power units. So go check that out, guys. Alrighty, we're nearly there. We're nearly at the point of removing it. I think now it's just a case of some cables. You see some cable still attached. There's the degaussing cable, get that out of the way. I've got a cable here, get that out the way. And that allows us to release our power board on top. Now these things here, you get them in the CRT TVs. They do contain copper inside there, but I do not know how to get that out, and I've never done one yet that I know how to get out. If anyone has a video on how to do these properly and efficiently, then please let me know and link it below. I would love to see it. Okay. So now we'll just start taking apart the other screws on top. I'm just going to turn it over, see what we've got this side. Okay, no easy way just to release the hard drive. So again, just try to find some screws that can still be taken out. There does seem to be kind of two aluminium plates, one on each side. And I think they're probably connected, and that's what's keeping the boards together. Pretty funky little speakers. Look at them a bit. Let's try to wedge these out for a moment. Give us a bit of room. Okay, so that releases our disk drive. See, that's connected on the side, it is a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can pull this out now. Oh, no, there's still one screw. Of course there is. Isn't there always? Alright, so can we get it out now? Okay, there's a disk drive. It's got a little plate on top of it as well. I'm going to take that out. And here is our hard drive. £20GB hard drive. Seagate U Series 5. Interesting. Lovely gold pins on the bottom, as you can see. Okay, gold pins all the way along here, gold pins here. These ones are not gold. Okay, put that to the side. We've got the unit that encased it, which appears to be aluminium. We'll just take the crap off it first. These little sound dampeners. Hit it with a magnet. Doesn't stick. So we've got ourselves a nice little piece of aluminium now. Okay. To the side. Now on the disk drive, this looks like another piece of aluminium as well, so we'll get this off. Another little sound dampener there, and another piece of aluminium. Then we've got our disk drive. Okay, as we can see, gold pins against that as well there. Okay, we'll stick that in the box with the rest of our disk drives to be done. We'll stick this in our plugs at the moment because they may be gold pins that are in here. I don't think they will be, but we'll stick that in with our plugs and have a look later. Alrighty. What else have we got to get? Just a little switch. Not going to get that one until I get this board off. Okay guys, here's a first look at our board. Okay, set that aside a moment. So here's our board. As you can see, we've got a nice transformer here. We've got two copper toroids in here. Got two nice copper toroids here. MOSFET here. It's a little copper reel here, encased in this black plastic. Little copper toroid here. Couple of chips. Decent chips. There's another one sitting under here as well, obviously under this little aluminium heatsink. Aluminium heatsink here, aluminium heatsink there. And as you can see, nice gold pins on this one as well. Okay, so this is quite a nice populated board. On the back, again, beautiful gold pins here. We've got quite cool looking little chip here, and don't know what that is, never seen that before. And the writing on it is very small, so I'm not sure what that one is. I mean, this chip is going to be the G3 chip, obviously, that's why it's called the iMac G3. Okay, so that is an Apple chip that's on that. Alrighty, so that's our board, guys. Got a little bit of aluminium, we'll take off that. Okay, another little piece of alley. I will come back at a later time when I'm doing boards and get the heat sinks off. I'm not going to do that right now. But actually, like I say guys, it's a nice board. I'll try and take this little bit off, plug. It's a nice board. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me, would you take this board apart or would you just stick it straight into your boards? There's some really nice items on this. Even the MLCCs are quite big, so if you look at the MLCCs here, they're a decent size, you know, they're not tiny. Nice little component here. I'm not sure if that's a little oscillator, but it's got gold on the trim of it on the outside. Yeah. Oh, some nice items there, some nice chips, nice pins, tantalum capacitors, which is these yellow ones. They're tantalum, or tantalum, sorry. Okay, a couple of them on the front as well. So there you go, decent bit of weight to that board. Put that to the side. Okay, it's another piece of aluminium. Not sure what it's covered in. Can be scraped off. You can see I'm scraping it off with my nail there. It is coming off. Okay, don't really need to do that for Clean Alley, to be honest, so that's fine, that can stay where it is. Just cleaning this piece up to see if there's any screws that are hiding. This piece is aluminium as well, but the little screw receivers, they're all magnetic, so they need to be removed. So all the screw receivers in this all seem to be magnetic, so they all do need to be removed from the aluminium to make it clean. Okay, now what seems to be keeping it onto the board, you can see these little plastic pieces here, 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 here. These are the things that are now keeping it attached to this power board. Okay, so we're going to have to break them off. Okay, before we look at that piece, we'll have a look at the power board. So again, nice big transformer there, and it is wrapped in a nice clean piece of copper. It's not a big heavy piece of copper, it's not a big thick piece of copper, but it is nice clean kind of copper. It's not just foil either, it is a little piece of copper, so that's good. Okay, as I say, not that clear to take these things apart, leave them on the board. If you know, please let me know. Then we've got a power unit here, as a sealed power unit. Usually there's a copper toroid inside these units. As I say, check out my videos and you will see how to take them apart. Okay, inductors. Okay, nice copper reel there. Little transformer here. We've got a little blue M&Ms. You can see on this one here, this MOSFET, it's actually got a little bit of copper on the outside of it, and when I take that screw out, that little bit of copper will fall off as well, so I don't actually have to process the MOSFET to get the copper, it's right there. Excuse me. So that's good. And then we've got a little relay switch here. I think that's the only one. I don't think this is a relay switch, although it could be. We'll check it out. And that's basically it. Okay, we've got a nice big aluminium heat sinks as well. One here, one here, one here. All decent size, to be honest. So that's good. Two nice boards. Okay, now we will remove all the excess stuff from this aluminium plate. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side one moment. It is aluminium on the outside. It does have a lot of MLCCs as well. Okay, now as I said, all these pieces are all steel, so they need to come out because we can't actually do it as clean aluminium if it's got steel attached to it. So we need to bang them out and clean it up. Okay, so if they haven't fallen out with that, I should now just to be able to lift them out. Okay, nice and easy. He says, hopefully. Some easier than others. Okay, that's all the main ones out. There is a couple of ones that are sitting flush. See, like here? Those are the ones that can catch you out. As you can see, it is magnetic, okay? So those are the ones that can catch you out, so just make sure you're going round your aluminium plate and find all these ones that are going to prevent you from getting clean aluminium. So I just put a bend in the board, as you can see. Allows you to grab the end of it and pull it out. It's nice and easy like that when they're on the edge. Again, as you can see, just I can just pick it off. Because you put a little bend in the board and exposing it, exposing the edge of it. Pick it off. When they're right in the middle of the board, then it's a bit more of a pain. Okay, that should now, guys, be all the magnetic stuff removed. Okay, nothing sticking. And there we go, there's our clean aluminium. Got a little stickers on it, not too fussed about them. Okay, our clean aluminium plate. So that now leaves us a couple of little things. So a little steel plate just attached to this outer plastic. Just wave that off. Yeah, that's just steel. And nothing on the plastic, no buttons, just plastic. Alright. We've got another tiny little board here. It does contain some gold pins as well. So there's our little board. Not a lot on it, a couple of IC chips and some pins. Little IC chip on the back, a couple of small little MLCCs. A tiny little transformer there. Okay, nothing to write home about. Okay, it did look aluminium, this little plate, but it's not, it's steel. Stick that in the shred. Lots of screws, screw receivers. Okay, pull this like, I don't know if this is a kind of heat sink thing or what it is. Maybe it's more complex than that. It's like some sort of little radiator or something like that, isn't it? See if we can pull it apart. Try and do that without cutting myself today. That would be nice. Okay. Let's get the plastic off it first. Got a little clip. That little clip is stainless steel. Plastic. Okay, so there's the outer cover. Magnetic. This top metal plate was welded in, so to cut it free. Again, that's just steel. This bottom plate is definitely aluminium. Okay, once again the little screw receivers in here are steel. And then our aluminium plate. Alrighty, so here's our little board. A lot of wires. Let's get some of them out so we can have a proper look. And there's our board. Okay, again, not a great deal on this board. Just having a look at these little pins. These little pins aren't gold plated. There's really nothing on this board that I want other than that MOSFET and that aluminium heatsink. Okay, put our wires to the side as well. Remove our degaussing cable, and this leaves us with our TV, our monitor, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's say you just need to be quite careful with these that you're not breaking the vacuum. If you do, it's not the end of the world, I have to say, but you just need to be careful. You don't want these things imploding, as I say. It can be quite dangerous, yeah, you just need to be careful. Okay, so we remove the tension clip. Allows us to remove the plastic pieces. Got another tension clip. All those tension clips are stainless steel, as are the screws that go in them. Okay, we'll remove the wires. Remove anything else here that can get in our way. Even in this plastic bit here, there seems to be copper as well, so I'm just going to be a little bit careful. Okay, so as you can see there, if I'd saw that like that, I may have just thrown that out, but actually going all the way around it is copper. Okay, and it's going to be the same this side as well. There's certainly a little bit of copper down this piece, which is just really the opposite side of what I've just shown you. Okay, cut some more wires. Pull them off, as you can see. Nice copper wire there. Wire both sides. Now, hopefully I can just take this piece off. Alrighty. So there is another little mini board in here. Not sure quite how to get it out though. Let's have a look. There you go, pops right out. Look at that. Another little reel of copper. Okay, and some attachments to that copper wire. Lovely. It's lovely. Okay, more wire. There's aluminium wire, this piece here, it goes round as well. Just cut that off our main wire. This is wire as well. Okay, again, stick that in your wire. Some more pieces. All the little plugs on the end of these are brass. And now we want to get off the yoke. Okay, this is where this can break. Okay, so I just need to be a little bit careful. Now, I say that with the parental advice that it may break when I'm trying to take it off. It wouldn't be the first time, probably will not be the last. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cut into it to get it off rather than try to like bang it off or whatever. It may be better just to loosen some of the clips without breaking the glass. And that sound was the glass breaking, so as I say, need to be careful or not. Yeah, so that one broke, as you can see. That's fine, no issues. As you can see, there was no implosion, it was just a little release of the vacuum. We'll get this piece off. Okay, make sure there are little gold pins or little brass pins on top there. The mechanism inside, I'm not sure either if it's brass or what, but we can check that another time. What we want to do is get the copper off the yoke. To do that, the best way to do it, to be honest, is just to smash up the yoke. Okay. Okay, top ring as well has copper all the way around it. My man Bush Dog Scrapper, he calls these copper bells. It's quite apt. They do look like little copper bells. Okay, so they need a little bit of a clean up, but again, nice bit of copper there, yeah. Okay, we're going to remove this screen because it's sharp. Reel to the side because, as I say, it contains copper. So that's basically it taken apart. We've got a lot of little bits to clean up, but what I wanted to show you really is what we've got again. Okay, so if I cut this bit here, we can remove that piece of copper. It's actually quite nice thick wire, that as well. That's all for the bin. We've got this other one here. Again, just cut it. Okay, here's our second piece. We've got our copper frisbee here. Again, no surprise, just cut it. It's really nice copper, this as well, to be honest with you. I like it. Okay, so that's the copper there. We've also got some copper here. Unwind that. Okay. More copper for the hoard, as Big Country Scrapper would say. Okay, we've got our copper yolks. Clean a bit of that up. It's actually really quite easy to clean up this stuff as well. Can look a little bit messy, but doesn't take much to clean it up. And obviously as well guys, just to be aware, this is number 2 copper, so sometimes it can have a little bit of crap on it and your yard will be fine with that. Say number 2 copper, normally when it's copper wire like this, all motor wire, transformer wire, it all contains a lacquer, which is what makes it number 2 copper. Obviously your copper wire out of power cords doesn't have that lacquer, it's pure clean copper. This stuff is lacquered. Okay, there's a little copper pile. We do have another one of these little reels. Okay, I think that's our main pieces of copper. Little straggly pieces. Let's get a wee box. Okay, so grams, do that and then we'll zero it out. Okay, I think that's everything. That's 311 grams. Which is 11 ounces. So, decent little bit. Then we'll get our aluminium. So, $787. That's £1, 1 ounce of aluminium. That's a decent little bit of aluminium there, to be honest, even though it took me a bit to actually get it weighed. Alright, so that's good. That's a lovely wee bit of aluminium, to be honest. And now obviously I've got all the heat sinks and everything as well that can be added to that. We've got all the copper wire, so there is much more value here. As I say, a lot of that weight there is actually going to be copper toroid, so I'll get some more copper out of that. There's some copper transformers, and obviously there's plenty of aluminium heat sinks here as well. So all in all, I think that was a really successful teardown, guys. We've got a lovely bit of copper, we've got a lovely bit of aluminium, and we got some boards that we can do some stripping for more goodies a little bit later on. Okay. Oh, there was another little bit of copper there that obviously I haven't weighed. That's fine, I'm not going to weigh it either. Stick it with the rest. Alright guys, that was the teardown of the iMac G3, the Bondi Blue iMac G3. A bit of a longer video, but managed to fast forward bits and hopefully keep it interesting for you guys. If you enjoyed that video, then please do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Thank all you guys for watching. Mentioned a couple of scrappers there in my video, Bush Dog Scrapper and Big Country Scrapper. Go check those guys out, okay? A couple of great scrappers there as well, and I'm sure they could use your support as well. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for stopping by the channel, and we will see you next time on Scrapping Scotland. Goodbye for now.